Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Social Christian Podcast. I'm your host, Dora. So, today's conversation is going to be centered around the 50-50 relationship. Is it a yes or no? So, for those of you who have been with me since the very beginning of this amazing podcast journey, you know that I, for one, I'm a lover girly. I'm a traditional lover girl. I'm all for the traditional type of love. And so yes, and all of those things, right? But the conversation around love these days is changing. The conversation around relationships in general are changing, even to the extension of like marriage. If we want to go deeper, those conversations are changing. The rules, the dynamics, all of that is being changed. And one of those conversations that are pushing change out there in terms of relationship has been the 50-50 relationship. And so for those of you who do not know what the 50-50 relationship is, it's essentially a relationship that pushes equality and they say partnership, right? Or let me say equality in partnership. I think that's about it. And what that essentially means is that each partner carries exactly the same weight in exactly the same ways. So if it comes to like house chores, you guys are carrying the same weight, or like you divide things in a way where everybody has a role and it's matching the same like energy, right? The other person is putting towards it. If it's financial, exact same weight. So you split every single thing 50-50. If it is mental, emotional, again, it all has to be 50-50. That's the type of relationship. But then I think for me, it looks more like financial to me than anything else. Again, it might be because I do not really understand, or I haven't been in it to really like appreciate it like the people do. But then before I get into the conversation, I'd like to read something that I saw on Reddit, and it reads as this. It says, I'm a girl and I just started dating for the first time. And my BF and I usually go 50-50 when paying for things. But my mom is always telling me that a man is supposed to provide. And it is a red flag if he asks me to split the bill. And I can't seem to understand that. I can't seem to understand what's wrong with that. Pretty much all of the older adults in my life say the same thing. I just turned 20. And like I said, this is my first relationship. But with everybody saying differently, I sometimes feel like I'm doing something wrong when I agree to 50-50 with my BF. And so that's what she says. She says she's doing BF, 50-50 relationship with her boyfriend, but like her mom and all the adults in her life are saying, oh, that's not, it's like, it's a red flag. And underrated, someone gave a comment that says, nothing is wrong, but you better make sure that the 50-50 isn't just financial. He's doing half of the household chores. What about the emotional and mental labor? If the answer is no, then the relationship is not equal. So they are saying that if you are talking about 50-50 relationship, like I said earlier on, it means that it shouldn't be just on the financial, right? It means the person should be doing house chores 50-50. It should be the emotional 50-50, mental labor 50-50. And if the answer is no, the relationship is not equal. And the person that commented went ahead to say, far too many people fall for the trap of 50-50, while as a general group, earning less than men and still doing all the household work and child care. Which brings me to my point, really. Like I said, I've always wondered if the 50-50 relationship is more like a financial thing, because in my opinion, I think when a woman is in love, she does things without even being asked. And I think that's what love naturally is. Love forces you to do things to make sure that the person is happy. The person with you love is happy, is around you is happy, is more fulfilled, has a better well-being. I think love pushes for those things. And even if we want to translate that to the Christian vibe, where we are looking at the God love, right? Realize that His love for us is unconditional. As long as God doesn't do things for us because we are, we do anything better for Him. He does it for us unconditionally. He loves us unconditionally. Like He blesses us unconditionally. I think if God was supposed to look at what human beings do and bless us, I don't think like any of us will have anything, really. Yes. And like, let's even take the God part of out of it. If you look at so many people that are really in love, or when a man is really in love with somebody, or when even you yourself, when you like somebody, you realize that you want to do things for the person, you want to be around the person, you want the person to be happy, you just want to feel giddy around the person see the person feel giddy. And when the person is going through something, you get angry for the person, you get sad for the person, and all of that sort of, like, all of those things. So sometimes I wonder if this issue is really like a 50-50, like it's really a financial problem. And also, like, I was, reading something, and this says Daryl, like, from somewhere, I don't know where it was, and Daryl Morrell said that the reason why a man defends 50-50 relationship is because his ego is defending his current position in life. And that's what I'm asking, like, is it because, like, people's financial situation now does not, like, support, providing for someone fully? And if that is the case, I'm going to ask this question, like, think about it. Imagine if, let's say, you are doing 50-50, a 50-50 relationship or a 50-50 marriage, where one person earns, like, more than the other. I think it's rare when two partners earn the same amount of money. They have to be doing the same work in the same company. But, like, again, that is rare. I hardly see couples earning the same amount of money, like, in the household, right? So where you are doing everything 50-50, and in a scenario where one person is earning 100,000, let's say, dollars, and then the other person is earning 5,000, that's like a very big or a huge difference between the two incomes. And, like, if people are doing 50-50, right? So the 50-50 meaning if you guys in a month share, like, your entire expenses is like 5,000, it means that the other person has to take half of his pay and contribute to the relationship. And I wonder how that dynamics works. How would that dynamics not be stressful? And again, house chores, let me even put it in the African society. Please, do people think African men will agree to, doing house chores? The situation where, or in the cultures, not just Africa. So I know in Africa, like, women are encouraged to do the house chores, feed their men, and sort of, like, all of those things. Now it's better than before, because now people are like, we are going to work, so, like, they are not forcing them to cook all the time. But even that one, they expect you to do all of those things. You cook, you clean, you wash, ironing, make sure the room look good, the entire compound look good, all bills in the house are paid. He will give you the money, but make sure everything is done. So every other chores related to the home, they expect you to make sure it's done, right? And I know that's not just for the African culture. I know when you go to the Latinas, the Jamaicans, when you look at the Asian women, yes, the Asian women, the Arab women, all of these cultures really, 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 really push for, like, women to take care of their household, right? To, be nurturing, to be cooking and things. So my question is it, like, really feasible in any of these cultures' household? How will it work? If, let's say, the man says, let's go 50-50, and you still have to clean, wash, like, empty dad's beans, those sort of things, take care of your baby, take them to school, change the pampers and everything. How does it work? Like, how do you navigate that? And also, I've also wondered if the 50-50 relationship is happening, or that conversation is being pushed because people have a lot of past relationship trauma. When they give their all, right? We see that a lot of times. People who give their all, and then the receiving partner would not do anything, then they be left broken. So is it like a mechanism to save themselves from that type of trauma again, that sort of things? Because honestly, for me, being a traditional girly, I think there's a beauty in not measuring love, where people genuinely care for the other person's well-being. When people are doing things for their partners just because they love them and they want to see them prosper, grow so much, where they are not even counting what they are doing. I think it's a very tit for tat thing for me. And let me bring the conversation back to the spiritual thingy. In my faith, we say, like, the man is the head of the household. And not just my faith, I know other faiths that, like, pushes the man as, like, the head of the household. In fact, I think most faiths will agree that the man is the head of, like, any household. So, like, how do you submit to someone that how do you submit to someone that you have the same rules with? Like, you guys are doing essentially the same things. You split everything, like, together, So who is the head? So people, that's my question to people who are in faith. Who is the head? If you are pushing for a 50-50 relationship, who becomes the head of the household? Who becomes the man? Because there is no feminine and female roles in that relationship. It's just we are partners. We are equals. Nobody's feminine, nobody's male. We are just equals. We are all doing the same thing. So who loves about who? Who is the head? Who submits to who? That's the thing. How the submission comes in. So for me, yes, I am not against it for those that works for them. But me, I am such a lover girl. I want to be provided for. I want to be loved. I want to like do things for my person without measuring it, because I feel like it's better and easier for me to love freely. So yes, that's my thoughts really on it. The conversation is broad, it's massive, and I want to hear you guys' thoughts on it. Like, share everything you think about the 50-50 relationship. Share it here on our page. Comment. Please comment on the comment section. Let's have the conversation. Let me hear you guys. What are your thoughts on it? How feasible do you think it is? How is the 50-50, how is it going to work? Because honestly, again, I really think it's more financial than anything, because you cannot love anybody the same way. I don't think people love people the same way. No. Well, again, that's just my opinion. I might be wrong. Like, you can love someone with an intensity, but how do you measure the intensity? Because mentally, how do you like measure that 50-50? Emotionally, how do you measure that 50-50? And you know, there's one thing too about relationship where they say people are not the same. So people come have their own weaknesses. So how are you going to split things in a way that your weaknesses are not do not become a strain on the relationship? Do you get it? So it's like, what we know so far is like where the person is weak, you help the person, you help balance that, right? And where you are weak, the person holds you up, that sort of thing. So like, how do you do all of those things in that 50-50 relationship? I have more questions than answers, really. More questions, and I am open to hearing about your opinion and everything here in our comment section. Like, yes, like, subscribe, and do well to follow us here on Accord. It's been lovely having this conversation with you. Yes, I can't wait to come on your waves next week. Bye for now.